think the main difference, and not just in digital analytics, just the digital market as a whole, in China is just pure segmentation. Because the market is not that mature as the West, there are numerous different tools out of the market. If you look at the Western market already, especially within social media, there are millions of different tools out there. Now, I would say the web analytics market has already pretty much matured. The market de facto standard is almost amateur web trends and GA, and now with Yahoo backing out of the market, so you're only left with these three, or maybe core metrics, these four choices. Now in China, there are just millions and millions of choices out there. Because web analytics tools are so easy to develop, and this is just the Chinese way, Chinese people clone it. So every smaller companies out in China have their own web analytics tool, and actually my agency in China before developed our own web analytics tool as well. And we of course bunch it together with the services that we sell to our clients. So this is the main difference over here, is pure segmentation of tools. China's a very unique market where it has its own set of everything. So I think it will definitely take a while for China to adopt to say all of the major tools of the West, or even for China's own market to come up with their own de facto tool out there as well. Why the reason there's market segmentation is because that web analytics tool doesn't sell as an individual product, because it always has to sell as a plugin. So it's always, I'm going to build you an e-commerce site, I'm going to give you a portal, and I'm going to give you web analytics for free. So this is what companies do in China, because most clients, especially SMEs, they don't realize the importance of analytics yet. For them, it's all, okay, I want to get onto the web, or I want to do e-commerce, and what we'll suggest is just, okay, Taobao, and then we'll give you some embedded analytics within Taobao, or within another channel. But of course, the bigger brands, they're already using the bigger tools out there. Now for the SMEs, this is the way that you got to sell to them. The market's got to mature for them to actually pay for analytics tools. I would say within the web analytics tools out there, there's really not that much difference. It's all tracking via the same mechanism by cookies, and then it's mainly just interface difference, and then some smaller like minute tracking differences here and there. So it's more about it, and this is actually what Avinash talks about all the time on his blog. It's not so much place. The focus shouldn't be on the tool. The focus should be actually analysis of the data. How it's usually done is, since this is sort of a technical thing, IT usually owns it. Within the organization, it's usually the marketing gives a directive to IT and then says, hey, I want analytics done, and IT usually are the ones that provides the very basic and general reporting to marketing. Now there's an issue there currently, because that IT are not so connected to what marketing does. So IT normally just sets up, say, IT will plug in the GA code for you. Now, if it's not managed by an agency already, and they will just give you standardized reports. When you do that particular approach with either one party own it or the next, and not sort of a co-jointed effort, there's going to be silos of different tools. Because right now with big data, we are increasingly getting into the need for data integration. So it's not just, I'm going to do web analytics, social media analytics, media analytics. These things all need to be aggregated together into an internal centralized marketing data warehouse, together with your internal IT data warehouse as well, with sales and CRM, because this is how you get more of a 360 view of your consumers. In terms of ownership, I think it needs to be a co-jointed effort between the internal CMO and the agency and the internal CIO, because anytime that you do large-scale data integration, CIO needs to be involved. And this has been definitely talked about within current market right now is the need for increased collaboration between CIOs and CMOs. So it's not the case where marketing gives IT a impossible task to do, and what internal IT normally does is they'll throw up immediate walls that says, okay, no, you can't touch this system, or this is too hard to do. So especially with the amount of data out there, there really needs to be integrated approach to this. For example, the agency will only look at web analytics data to inform their decisions, or they will only look at social media analytics to inform their decisions. And it's because they don't have access to the internal data, for example, sales or CRM. Now, if they get that data on their hands, then they can actually integrate it together to say that, okay, I am going to market to this person on Facebook. Now, I'm going to serve him this specific content, not just based on the media mix analytics that I did, or what's his browsing behavior, because those are more on the digital side. But we can also plug in an element of how many product has he actually bought from us in the last month? What did he actually buy? Now, these kind of stuff will be the internal data that I'm talking about that right now is not being integrated. Now, when you integrate that together, then that would be the best way to do it. If you look at some of the more mature companies that does analytics out there, for example, Dell, internally, I've heard the MD of Dell, Ed Wu, speak, and he is. I think that organization is very, very mature in that particular perspective. Now, I think the role of agency has always been about how to help your clients get there, or how to help your clients get to a point where they might be able to take that task internally. For example, if you look at the bigger e-commerce channels in China, 360 Buy, I'm sure they're doing a lot of analytics already within their internal organization, because that's part of their core business. They're an e-commerce channel, they have to do an analysis already. Now, they also use other teams for it, so it doesn't mean that if they do it in-house that they can't have a third party look at it. So it's always good to have a fresh pair of eyes look at the data, just to say, okay, there are people coming from this angle, and then I'm going to have now another team might come in from a particular from another angle where there might be some new insights that we can use for advertising.